This is the beginning to a wonderful piece. In this painting, I used acrylic paint, basic Liquitex I usually get at my local Michael's store. I used a lot of earth tone colors, raw sienna, gold, copper, titanium white, Mars black, phthalo blue, black. Yeah, that's about it. I have always loved beach sceneries. I love to see the water move. I love to feel the sand in between my toes. When I found the right position in the beach and I'm comfortable, I enjoy seeing the sky meet the horizon. I just love that kind of visual. I love to see the sun go down at the beach. I enjoy looking at water. It's peaceful. I love to listen to relaxing music that has water, hitting rocks, waves. It relaxes me. It puts me to sleep in no time. Whether I'm mentally bogged down or I just can't get to sleep, but I know I need to rest. Relaxing music with water sounds are amazing for my life. I enjoy it very, 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 very much. So this is actually the first time I decided to create two paintings on one canvas. Something I've always wanted to do. So I guess it was stored in my memory bank as something I will try. I've seen a lot of dope paintings and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's amazing when you can create a piece with two different energies, two similar energies, two or a few different paint colors and palettes expressing so many more emotions on canvas. And I decided to just go for it, not knowing how it is going to come out. But I was ready to take, I guess, that artistic risk. That isn't always easy for myself. Because sometimes I want things. I'm a stickler for desiring things to look the way I want it to look. You know, sometimes I forget the teaching process, the educational process. You know, it doesn't just get to this end result. It takes time. It takes blending colors. It takes wetting the canvas. Especially if I want a smooth consistency across the canvas with the colors that I'm using. And so this particular painting, I forget what the theme was. It wasn't grateful or spirituality. I'll definitely add that in the description. But you know, it's definitely that once you see the end, it definitely goes into a representation of my spiritual self. I love sand. I love creating sand or creating beach sceneries. I feel like I can go somewhere in the painting, right, without physically going there. But I can just take my mind there and just enjoy the process. The same thing I do with music, relaxing music, meditation music. Music actually makes me think. I'm a thinker. I guess we all are thinkers. but I think a lot about different things, especially artistic things, life. And sometimes music can keep me awake. Like when I'm listening to like yoga music or relaxing music with like guitars and strings, I'm like singing. For some reason, that is where I come up with music. So the music is either extremely dance oriented, right? So I'm dancing or like dancing, I guess hip hop dance, or like in my head I'm doing ballet moves and pirouettes and all that good stuff on my toes and balls of my feet. I'm a visualizer, so as I'm listening to the music, I see me dancing. Mind you, not I'm on my way to sleep, right? So I actually, it's interesting, very interesting for that process to happen while I'm trying to go to sleep. Sometimes when I'm creating, I don't always have music on. Sometimes I can start with music, and then if somehow, for some reason, that song ends, I may or may not go back to start the music over again because I'm already in the flow. Sometimes I watch TV while I'm painting. You know, it's usually something that's a series or it's a movie. Because sometimes obviously I don't know how long I'll be painting, you know, and I want something that I can kind of peek over and watch. Or if I do take that break, you know, it's interesting enough to keep me present visually or just listening to it. Because we take in, you know, life in so many different ways. And so I had 2 images that inspired this piece. And the super thing about it is that my creativity was on high. I can see the growth in me being able to see an image that I want and, you know, create a new vibe to it, create a new background, take that image in and change it up to where it reflects what I'm feeling for the moment. As an artist, you're always growing, you're always getting better. I think same thing, similar to my spiritual journey. Well, spiritual journey, the goal is to continue to get better. And like with anything, you can hinder your growth, you can stop your growth, or you can choose to continue to keep going. And really all that means is that you'll hit roadblocks, you'll hit walls where you don't believe that you can climb over them, climb over the rock, move the rock. But, you know, it's okay. It's okay to hit the roadblock and stop and come back at it. It's okay. It's part of life to be, or to feel discouraged, or to feel like you can't achieve the result that you want. Because without that energy, then there's no energy to move forward, right? If God never brings you through anything, then how do you know to appreciate God? And how do you even know to appreciate those negative spaces that you are in if you never move through that negative space to that victory, right? And victory is an opportunity every day. Every day that you wake up is a new victory, a new lease on life. You know, Haiti Lee Scott says, what are you going to do with your 24 hours? What are you going to allow God to do within your 24 hours? And I can have my day specifically set up because I'm trying to get a schedule going, right? So I can have an idea about what I want my day to be. But I also wake up in the morning and ask God to order my steps. Because there may be some things I want to do that I'm not supposed to do, that don't line up with the will of God at all, right? For that day, have to be open to schedule change, right? Have to be open to allowing God to shift some things around. And it is a choice. It's a choice. I have not allowed God to move things around in my life. And I've seen where and felt where, I don't know, that disobedience or habit didn't help my growth. In that sense, when I kept rehashing that, sometimes we do the circular thing. And everything is a learning process. But some things, some things that if you chose to learn a lot earlier, you could have been definitely at a different space in time. But I've learned to grow through my mistakes. Accept where I am so that I can move forward. Accept where I was. Like, oh God, that was me. Oh, I did that. Like, okay. So what do you want to do differently? And in creating, I think, in whatever it is that we're creating, whether it's music, whatever artistic flow you have, I think that is the process. You begin. I think some of the hardest things to do is to just start, to begin, right? Because you have so many mental challenges that we create for ourselves. And that's before we even start, right? Whether it's nervousness, stresses, but sometimes you shoot yourself down in that sense before you even start. And so you've depicted what your end result is going to be. And sometimes that's negative, right? Or sometimes you pick super positive, super dope vibes, but maybe you didn't put the work in to get to that level and step. And, some people are just blessed with the gift to do the thing that is in their mindset. Okay, I'm going to do this today and this is what it's going to be. And some people have to work at it more. Me as an artist, I didn't go to school for art, I didn't go to college for art. I just always had an artistic mindset of creating and making things. And so advantages and disadvantages, and I couple those together because there are certain skills that I don't go back to or rely on, right? Just the ability to draw figures and shapes and to draw what I see, to learn or to have used those thought processes from school to create. A lot of it I learned and taught myself outside of that whole process. In high school, we had a few art classes, and in that time, I knew I loved art. As a kid, I would just paint. I would actually draw and write poetry, like at 8, 9. It was just my voice, and I love drawing, like from coloring books. Then you had some good. I was learning to appreciate your early drawings, early things that you created. My mother has all those things in her house, and I look back at those items now, like, what was that, right? That really don't look like the thing I was trying to get. However, that just shows where I've started. And to appreciate where I started, because I wouldn't be here today if those steps, or if I hadn't created those things, or if I hadn't gone through those things. So it's a constant toggle, mentally, like, oh, what is that, Ma? But she hung it up, and it's still hung up till this day. It is hung up in the house. I had made, how when you're in school you make, what is it, like a gift box out of like pottery or whatever, and clay. Like, she still has that. And it was supposed to be a woman on the top as the handle that you use. Interesting. But yeah, so I will acknowledge the pieces that I did. I will appreciate those pieces and not be so critical. How could you be critical of a space that you didn't really know how to get there? Who knew that God was molding me to be an artist? I knew I liked art. I had said I always wanted to go to school to teach art, or to teach. And I want to say that I've done a lot of those different elements. I've taught in different ways in after school program, just educating kids and loving that. Like, I love educating children and kids, really elementary kids, elementary up until like junior high school, maybe middle school. I'm short, so everybody's usually taller than me. And so sometimes I'm like, I don't know, because everybody's taller than me. Can I really affect or change their lives? They gotta look down at me like, it's funny. But it was interesting that I chose to create that earth tone, earthy vibe with the browns I'm using at separate spaces in the painting. But just creating, water, sky is just so relaxing. I just like to blend. I just like going back and forth. Sometimes to a fault, because when the paint gets dry and you go back over, or you don't wet your brush equally, you pick up some of the paint, so you causes more damage. But I just enjoy blending. I enjoy seeing what the colors become when you add another color. I like, in the process of blending, how it may not blend as well, right? That then this one color stands out more than the other. How awesome is that? And all while I'm painting, most of the time I'm mentally talking to myself, if not out loud. And this alone took time. I haven't even placed the images on the painting yet. This is just blending the sky and background, and every artist definitely does it differently. And I definitely have different skill levels than me. But I like the level I'm at. I actually started reading The Artist's Way, and I'm getting a lot of raves about this book. So I started reading it. I started listening to The Artist's Way. And I'm going to try to complete the 12 weeks and be consistent and take my artistic self on a date and allow myself to create. And it doesn't always mean art. It could be food and taking a walk, creating, whatever that may be. But I want to really get to know more about this artistic person that God created. And I won't know everything about me, hopefully. I have a legacy to leave behind to friends, family, to my stepkids. Hopefully I have something that they see as worthy to use for inspiration. Because art is inspiring. Art expresses. In any type of artistic form, we are always saying something. Our words have power, and those words can be physical words through conversation, or it can be a piece of art. It can be clothing. We are always saying something. We're always sending a message to someone about something. It's, what do you want to say? What message do you have to say? What legacy do you want to leave for others? Sometimes it's a deep thought, and sometimes you just leave it by doing. Some people are more conscious of it, but it's definitely it's a process, and I'm so excited that I decided to start doing this dual, 2 paintings in one, 2 energies in one. I guess now is the time. Now is the time. I'm excited. Thank you. I urge you to create, try something new. If you don't like it, maybe try it again a few times as far as creativity purposes go. And then if not, shift to the next thing. You know, you may not always end up in a creative zone with something you started with. Like, you could start knitting and then you go into painting, or you start dancing and then just switch a whole new form and style of dancing. This journey is not over with this painting, and I am excited to show you what the end result will be. Definitely still working on it. I actually took a break for some time. When things get a little bit challenging, I take a break, and then I have to try to draw it and see it in another light, so that when I put it up on the actual canvas, that is awesome. So yeah, create, vibe out, rock out, enjoy the space that you're in. Make a commitment to grow, and in growth there are bumps in the road, but you can do it.